You are listening to the What If Winter Wonderfest, Frankinschool Book 4, written by Caryn Rivadeneira, narrated by Skye. Chapter 1. Losing His Touch. Fred inhaled. Most kids hated the way their gym smelled, but Fred liked it. Not the stale sweat and stinky gym shoes so much. But just before lunchtime, when the kitchen behind the gym got too warm and the staff opened the side doors, the gym smelled like a mix of tater tots and fresh, crisp air. Plus basketballs. The gym always smelled like basketballs, even up here on the stage. Ugh, Luisa said, plugging her nose. I hope they spray some air freshener before my uncle gets here.
I hope we get some good ideas before your uncle gets here, Drake said.
Well, if you wouldn't keep insisting that we have to bring Krampus into a Christmas pageant, maybe we could get somewhere, Luisa said.
And if you could stop insisting that we had to include the 3 wise camels or whatever they are, maybe we'd have at least one decent idea,
Drake snapped back. That's the thing, the girl across the table said. You're too stuck on Christmas. My family celebrates Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, and... She pointed to the boy sitting next to her. His family celebrates Diwali. We should celebrate all the holidays that celebrate light in the darkness. Not everyone believes in Santa or Christmas, you know. Fred closed his eyes and breathed in again. Maybe it didn't smell that great after all, but at least it distracted him from the bickering happening at his table. Fred, Luisa, Drake, and 2 third-graders had been chosen to help write the Winter Wonderfest school pageant. Luisa's uncle, the world-famous Broadway director Juan Pierre Reyes, was coming in all the way from New York City to help them write it. For the life of him, Fred couldn't imagine why someone as famous as the Juan Pierre Reyes, as Luisa insisted on calling him, would come all this way just to help with a dumb elementary school play. I mean, the Juan Pierre Reyes could be making a lot of money directing famous actors in New York City. Once, Luisa told Fred her uncle even won a huge award for some show about dogs. Or was it cats? Fred couldn't remember. Luisa said her uncle was coming out because he loved her and was always willing to help. But Fred wasn't so sure. Something about it seemed weird. Either way, the Juan Pierre Reyes was coming to their school to help them write and direct their holiday pageant. All they needed was an idea. One good idea, which they didn't have. As the arguing continued and escalated, Fred straightened up in his chair and said, "Can we just do something peaceful, like everyone stands around holding hands and singing or whatever?" "I am not holding your hand," Luisa snapped. "That's the dumbest idea ever." Fred rolled his eyes and said, "I wish we could just each be writing poems. I like poems. Then it's just me and my own thoughts. No dialogue, no stage directions, no worrying about what you or some director is going to say about it." "Some director?" Luisa said. "My uncle is—"
We know, Drake said. The Juan Pierre Reyes, coming all the way from New York City.
The boy and girl across the table snickered. Luisa shot them a glance, and their mouths tightened. "Yes," Luisa said. "And he is nice and brilliant and funny and a true artiste. He's the best, and it's amazing that he agreed to help us." Drake flipped open his notebook. He shook his head as he looked at the blank page.
Well, since all we've come up with is a bunch of kids holding hands singing about peace, I don't think this artiste is going to have much to help us with.
Luisa rolled her eyes. The other kids at the table laughed.
Maybe we should have our holiday play be about arguing. That's what everyone does at holidays, right? Fred said. Everybody gathers around a table to eat and fight about who is right, who is wrong, what ideas are good and what ideas are the dumbest ever. Just like this conversation. Peace does seem like a pretty good idea, the boy across the table said with a shrug of his shoulders.
But before they could brainstorm any other ideas, Miss Martinez,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?